What's up, everyone? Today we'll be going over Epic's lawsuit against Apple and Google. Let's not waste any time and jump right into the questions. Alright, Pulse, explain what Epic said in the complaint to Apple.
All right, Jack. So as everyone knows, Epic filed a lawsuit against Apple and Google. Each complaint is actually very similar, where they allege that the payment restrictions constitute a monopoly, thus a violation of both the Sherman Act and the California Cartwright Act. They claim that they violated 6 separate accounts. Epic is actually not seeking monetary compensation from these complaints. They're actually seeking an injunction relief to allow fair competition among the apps. Epic claims to be harmed by both Apple and Google Play Store's anti-competitive conduct, which is, as I said, a violation of the antitrust laws, which they were intended to prevent. When you look at the complaint against Apple specifically, Epic calls into questions Apple's cut for in-app purchases, which is currently 10 times more than PayPal, Stripe, Square, and Google Play even take.
Can you explain more about what the Sherman Act is for the people at home that might not know what it is?
Yeah, of course. So the Sherman Act is actually an act that prohibits anti-competitive agreements and unilateral conduct that monopolizes or attempts to monopolize the relevant market. It essentially relegates competition among enterprises to ensure that there's fair competition and no one is strictly running the game. When you look at what is going on across the board, Apple is taking a 30% cut of all apps that they have in their app store. So what Epic is saying is that Apple is running the show and they're taking so much money from these companies by forcing them to give this percentage to them if they want their app in the app store.
Wow, so what does that mean for Fortnite? How much money is Apple taking from Epic?
That's a great question. So actually within the last 30 days alone, there's been 2.4 million downloads on the App Store. This is just the App Store. This is not the Google Play Store. Those 2.4 million downloads has equaled $43.4 million in consumer spending. In all, there's been 133.2 million downloads and 1.2 billion spent on the App Store.
Wow, that's crazy. Has any of this happened before with a bigger company or a smaller company out there? Is it common that this is happening?
Yes, Jack. This is not the first time where Apple has seen some pushback on their App Store and the percentage that they take. Actually, in 2018, going back to the Google side and the Google Play Store side of things, if a lot of the Fortnite community will remember, is that Epic did not make the app available in the Google Play Store. It wasn't until even just recently, back in April, is when the Google Play Store finally had the Epic app added to it. The main reason what Epic was trying to do there was to avoid paying the Google Play Store's percentage with the app when it came for the Epic app. Now, when it comes to the Apple Store, there's been a history of companies going in against Apple for the percentage that they take on their apps. The highest companies and most known companies are Netflix and Spotify, which have both been highly against Apple's percentage take on their app. Tinder as well. Tinder has asked users to actually pay through the Tinder site directly for the app rather than going to the Apple Store. So if these companies can redirect their consumers to go to their site to pay for them, then they avoid having to give Apple their 30% of their cut.
So what does this mean for mobile gaming and mobile Fortnite in general? When do you think this will come back, in your professional opinion?
So as everyone knows, that Apple and the Google Play Store removed Fortnite from their stores. The main reason that they were removed from the store is because Epic provided a way for consumers to buy V-Bucks in the game directly from Epic rather than using the payment option that the app provided. So that is something different than what Tinder and these other companies were doing, because they were redirecting them to the company's website. Epic just had it right in the app, which was against Apple's rules and regulations that they had for the apps in their app store. So if you look at everything as a large picture, there's billions at stake for both Apple and the Google Play Store. As I mentioned previously, Apple has made $1.2 billion off the Epic off the Epic app. So if Apple continues to not have the app back on the App Store, that's just money that they're losing out on. So it's a long story short, it really all depends. We're really in early stages of the suit. It could end quickly if Apple realizes how much money they're losing and they want to get the app back on the App Store, or it could be, dragged along for some time now. Well, Apple plans to work with Epic to resolve this issue. As I said, it's really unknown how long the lawsuit could go on for.
So, Pulse, is there anything else we should know about this case going forward, or is that pretty much everything that we should know for now?
I mean, everyone needs to know that Epic is in great hands when it comes to this lawsuit. One of the attorneys that is actually helping Epic with this lawsuit is Christine Varney, and she ran the Justice Department's division during the Obama administration. So it's the Epic is in good hands, and they're going to want to try to get this resolved as fast as possible, as they know that their consumers aren't happy. But it really all depends, and that's as much as we know right now.
Wow, that's good to know. That's good information right there. That's it for this week. Next week, we will be discussing the TikTok situation and the future of the app. If this video helped you understand more about this case, please drop a like and subscribe as we upload twice a week. Thanks. See you next week.